Hi, y'all. Thanks for coming. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest. All right. So, what is driving you right now? Right? This is the question I want to ask because this is about the transition. In the horoscope and the collective, we have with the January on 22nd, the change of direction in your life. What does that look like? So, the moon's going to reach the north node here. So, there's something that might be shifting for you that you may feel that you should go in, right? Or you think it's a good idea or decide right now to achieve to go in that direction. So that's the North Lunar Node. That's where we should be going. So where the moon reaches that. This is about change of your direction in your life. What are you going to change? So I'll pull some cards on that to see what direction you need to change in your life. And this is also about with this January 22nd, it's about weighing your options, right? So what's driving you right now? Because we're going to have that Leo moon on the 1st, full moon. So where you put your heart into something, is it working for you career-wise, stuff like that? So I'll actually do a separate video for the next full moon here that's in Leo on the 1st of February, okay? So just stay with me. But January 22nd, if you're not confident, Mars in Capricorn here will be changing signs. But if you're not confident in something, don't do it. So reflect, analyze, if there's no guarantee. So that's going to be what the issue is. So you may have some doubts. So don't make mistakes or ignore. If it's on the 22nd where you feel like you need to do something, it's a good idea to, if it's too hard to decide, but if you need to weigh your options, weigh them. But because the moon goes 28 days later into the black moon and goes into Sag, so it's not strong. So you can't realize some things right now at this time. So your emotions, you may feel dreamy, all right, until it changes signs with this. So strong communication, Mars and Cap will be on January 22nd as well. Communication is going to be especially strong with Mars if you have Mars in your chart. Like for me, Mars is in Scorpio, so I may be connecting to more Scorpios or working in towards of more of the Scorpion aspects of that. So where is your direction in life? What's your new horizon? This is about you having the confidence in that direction, and if you're not feeling confident, then don't do it, right? So, that's kind of the theme here for the January 22nd. Okay? So this is about not moving forward because there's no guarantees. So, all right, let's do a reading. Hopefully that helped. Just to give you a little bit of insight on the 22nd. Since it's a prominent one, I'll do one for the full moon though, okay? So let's clarify what cards you have for today for the general collective overall aspect. I did not do a new moon reading, so you could take this as your new moon reading, okay? Foundation and achievements, number 4. I'll read. For this card is about having a foundation. So are you building that foundation right now? Okay, this is a time for you to do that. Okay, this is about you being open to receive and exchange and give and get gratitude. Okay, this is about you pumping yourself up. Okay, because of the full moon in Leo, you're going to feel really confident on the 1st, but you're building that confidence up right now to get to the foundation achievements, which is number 4. 4 is a power number, especially in the China culture. And this is about having the stability. So this is a very good card to have. It talks about peace, prosperity, and celebration, but this talks about land, buying land, marriage, or having a new home. So this is about you understanding the doors are going to change for you as this new horizon shows up. Weigh your options. Let's pull another card. I'm going to pull from a different deck. I would weigh your options out. You may be wanting to start a family at this time or feel maternal, right, as well. Yeah, so it says death, rebirth. Now, this is about you having the death and the rebirth to have this new foundation. And because of the card, when it's in a reversal like that, it means that you either A, already have done the death and the rebirth, or you still need to kill stuff off from the past. Now, 2026 is going to look like a different year, especially when it comes into February. So you may still be tending to some past here that's still showing up for you because it isn't a reversal. So this doesn't mean that the past is completely over, but by February it should be completely done, okay? Let's pull another one. Prince of Swords. So you're done with somebody or being in an immature energy. So you could be, if it's a love situation, done with a person who's younger than you, who's not speaking their truth, or this could be you not speaking your truth and expressing yourself to have a new rebirth. But this can also indicate too with the Prince of Swords, all right, you need to have new ideas, you need to have curiosity, you need to gain some knowledge, or somebody else does. Somebody needs to self-express and take action, okay, in their life. Let's pull from this one. Number 1, love begins. So you have new energy in terms of how you love yourself and love other people. Number 1. Now I see this card. With prosperity begins, this is about you finding a choice into something new that's going to cause you a wealth and a new business. As a career aspect with Leo coming into this new moon, it's about connections with Aquarius connected to it. So Leo and Aquarius, because of this moon of Leo, this is about individual, but also creating new confidence in your passion for what is you wanting to create that's new. Courage, leader of your life, have no fear, take charge, pride, ego, really good personality. This could bring up, more of extreme passion, right? In what you're doing, especially if it's in a community, right? So this is about take charge in your social energy, because love will begin here. So maybe you need to get out or readdress your social. If you don't have the heart in something too right now, this is a time for you to get your heart into something and do some changes that you should be doing, or coming from that place of what you want to change that can be new in terms of your career or focus or your goals. Because when love begins, this is about connection. So getting out of your own shit and you being that girl boy, I'm that guy boy type energy, right? That confidence that's building. But with the love begins, now because it's a number 1, I'm going to look at this more of like a death and a rebirth. So in order for you need to get rid of something here, that's the death and the rebirth. I'll clarify that. But this card is also about a new love opportunity could be coming in for you. Physical love, passion, devotion, a goal, a creative endeavor. This is about positive feelings. So you may be feeling back into your heart at this time or having higher vibrations. When past issues are resolved though here and forgiveness, this will be really good for helping you receive. So there could be some past hurts that you're not forgiving here. Let's pull from here. Oh, wow, 10 of Cups. Okay, so you have a 10 of Cups with somebody. Now, from a horoscope collective standpoint, if I'm reading it between the horoscope and astrology with the 10 of Cups, the full moon, somebody might come in with the 10. Somebody might come in that's going to offer you some cups of love on the moon, around the moon. Yeah. Okay, or in 28 days later, because it could go into Sag. So in 28 days, this is something that you might want to look at, or the full moon on the 1st. So 28 days from now, or the 1st. All right, you could be getting a message in 4 days or 4 months as well, 4 weeks. And it could be, let's clarify, what does the collective need to know? Let's clarify. So this is just also saying too, where are you coming from the place of your career focus and goals at this time? Yeah, arrangement, 6 two-headed serpent. We keep getting this card. I'm telling you, it's like the card of all cards. So there has to be an arrangement. We're going to clarify the Prince of Swords. Yeah, expression. Somebody's not expressing themselves. Prince two-headed serpent. Prince of Swords. Oof. Okay. So somebody's passionate about you. There's no arrangement, though, for this 6 two-headed serpent. So this has a lot to do with, let's read the 6 two-headed serpent. This is about, yeah, peaceful intention. Somebody wants to arrange something without confrontation, but the problem is you don't want to. I don't know if you're the watcher and you say no to this Prince of Swords, but if you are here, there could be a chance here where your expression to that person, you could be expressing yourself to the Prince of Swords. Yeah. Let's read the Prince of Swords here. Okay. All right, so involves confrontation of issues while trying to make a point, also indicating acting inner anger or homosexuality. Okay, so something's going on with this Prince of Swords. And expression. Let's clarify. I might use different cards, but let's see. Princess of Wands. All right. So you're taking charge of your life as the Leo energy, which we're coming into the full moon. You're taking more self-control into what you're going to arrange to have your 10 of Cups, because you want a new love to begin in your career. If not, you want stability in your finances. But the Death in the reverse, let's clarify that card for you. I see what's going on. I don't think you're going to accept the Prince of Swords. They are immature and young, and they can't speak their truth at all. Yeah, we're Ace of Swords. So a new beginning. So a new truth into how you're going to have a new narrative, a new story in your life, and what you're wanting to build within who you are, like a shared humanity with your own personal truth, like how you want to be seen in the world, right? So cognitive situation means that one learned behavior required for a specific situation. And in this case, that's what that Prince of Swords did. Okay, so once you understand your critical inner voice has been helpful, you now have found and understand that the compassion for you is now your critical voice. Okay, so the flaws and setbacks that you may have had from this death and rebirth connect us. They don't divide us. So you have now created this Ace of Swords, this new beginning of how to speak your own truth when you've expressed yourself to someone else. Okay, who maybe it's in closing of a cycle with that person. And if it's not closed, it's still there, but you're just not talking. So let's see. So I think you do have a new opportunity coming in, and it may be on the 1st, okay, of February with the new moon. Let's see. Queen of Wands and the Princess. All right, so you're growing up, you're gaining your energy to get more mature into what you want in your career. Let's read the Queen. So when I see this card, I look at it more like you're going for the goal. You're going for what you need. You're going for what you want. Self-knowledge, fulfillment. You're transforming. You're revealing the dark sides of yourself. Okay, I'm actually going to clarify that card a little more. Queen of Wands. Yeah, this one's also about courage, determination, passion, and cheerfulness. So choosing something that you want in your career to get into your 10 of Cups, to complete. So you may be at your final stages. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords, though. I'm going to clarify the Ace of Swords. This is about you creating some good mental clarity and thinking right now. The moon is here again, okay? This is about you expressing your ideas. Maybe you could be expressing to somebody else. Renewal and transformations, the snake, the crown indicates consciousness. So this Ace of Swords is about you representing, so you could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, I see a lot of Leo energy in here just because of the red of the passion, but also because of the moon as well. So something that you may be doing at night may be beneficial, or you need to do something at night, right? Maybe you need to arrange something that's at night. Let me clarify number 6. So somebody could be born on the 6th that's not taking any action or to anything to arrange anything. I gotta clarify that 6. Just a second. I'll use from a different deck. This, I think you gotta weigh your options here. Okay, the Ace of Swords, that is clarifying your something that you need to arrange maybe for yourself. But let's see, Ace of Pentacles, yeah. So money, it's all about money here. You need to arrange a way to make some money, and it's going to be how you're going to express yourself into the world or with another person. You need to create something with another person to create foundation and achievement. Yeah? Okay, so it doesn't say there's a new beginning in Pentacles. It doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. But this is what the cards say here for the collective, is there's got to be a new way for you to profit, to make money, in order for you to gain some stability. And if you're already in stability, you need to create more ways that you can profit off of it, like more avenues to develop. I know AI is already, if you haven't developed software, it's already been developed, so don't even try. But this is more like, what's your niche? What is going to work for you? I mean, I'll always be a teacher, but this is, at the schools and teach yoga, but this is, what is your niche? Where is your money wanting to come from, that you feel good about it, or you need to change your money situation because of how you're making money, because it has a lot to do with what direction you're going to take, right? You have to love what you do at the same time. So when we talk about identification, or how are you identifying with money, with your passion? But this is between what were you doing at ages 4 and 5, child age, relating to 2 or more people, right? So maybe something in childhood could be represented here. So this is important because the more time you're away, from those people, this is also an increased ability in time to be separate from those who you bonded with, right? A separate period, and that's a critical age between 4 and 5. All right. So freedom is about taking responsibility. That's another Ace of Swords. So where are you feeling you're giving away? Because suffering is about bondage, giving away your power. All right. This is about, like, love can't exist without freedom, and freedom can't exist without responsibility. So when you, with the wands, you could be having a sense of responsibility with another person, or a responsibility to yourself, right? Not letting your body boundaries be crossed either, right? Body boundaries. People don't talk about that as much, but you know, when you're younger, it's a different story. But I do want to say time is experience. Bonding and separation come in the early years, right? And so with the number 1, this is about you creating internal bonding and establishing your own boundaries, right? So we attach what gives us safety and the strength to separate, right? And the 10 of Cups is about relationships. So where do you feel loved or supported during this time? So there's 2 births that we go through. A psychological birth, which is a separate identity. And some people don't reach that because they're not able to express themselves, right? They have a hard time. So they don't grow if their circumstances are harsh. No boundaries, no responsibility, right? So the ownership is to learn your own self. And there's limits with love. Boundaries are always developed through an internal bond with another person. So I think that person may have had too much bonding, and if not enough, where they can't express. So we're in the cause and effect right now, limit and consequences, right? 2018, 2017, you know, in every action, there's a feeling and a choice. So what I'm saying here, you learn your thoughts and feelings separate from another person. And that's what happened, how you were able to create that Ace of Swords, to separate what gives you meaning and purpose, to get to the Ace of Pentacles. This is about your physical reality that may be right now not stable in the financial department, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get to the 1 or the 4, because the cards are showing that during this period you may end up having, this may show up for you in the month of February. Let's clarify. Sorry, kind of went off tangent there. But I do want to say, with the 40 million, brain cells that we have, 1 to 6 years old, every second, right? We're having inner working model, and this is between that 6 to 12 of, dependability. Who can we depend on? So people are depending on money. They're not depending on another person. But what we really need to do, because of Aquarius in the horoscope, right? This is the last time Aquarius will come in to, this is actually going to be really on top of it. We're going to have a retrograde coming up that's not going to be so good. I will touch base on that. But this is the last Aquarius before the next eclipse season that will be in. All right, we have a death and rebirth again. It's in a reversal. So 2 cards, so something that needs to die. All right. So when you first learn visually when you're a child, right? And then ages 4 to 5, you relate 2 to more people here. Then you separate, your ability increases, right? And this is your ability in your personality. 2 years old as well shows up. But something here is about what's controlling your biology through behaviors. So keeping aware of extended time could be an aspect here, too much through your behaviors. Feeling is an emotion. Remember, you want to have joy. It's the highest level. Happiness is a feeling. So you really do want to shoot for joy more than happiness. And the way to do that is to express yourself. Like, you be in your heart. The middle line in the yoga culture talks about the middle line. Staying in that middle line, that's where your heart is, right? I could touch more on that, but... So how are you expressing yourself? Dance, movement, it gets you out into your body and out of your mind and out of that fear. And if you're going to come into this new moon, you want to have the courage, right? You want to have the no fear. So if you're doing some, or if you maybe during this period you're not feeling confident, or you feel, oh, I haven't been feeling confident in myself, I need to work on this or that, right? That can also show up. So nourishing rituals as well. You have the Queen of Wands. It's in a reversal. It looks to me like there's a third party situation. Queen of Wands is in a reversal. Let's clarify. Queen of Wands is in a reversal because somebody's not taking action. Now, somebody's insecure or jealous or selfish. Let's clarify what this is. Yeah, okay. Somebody's got to get into their High Priestess energy. So I will clarify this because the High Priestess is the spiritual mother, but the problem is there's a third party, so two feminines. That could be in a situation that's causing issues, especially if it's with a younger person, even if it's with an older person too as well. All right, the death card, let's clarify this. What's going on with that? Let's pull from a different deck. The death card. So let's see. Oops, sorry guys. All right, practice aware of your thoughts right now and feelings. Critical inner voice, helpful, right? Will be helpful. I will say too, this card is about self-actualization. Oops, sorry, because it's a death and a rebirth. So what are you valuing to attain your goals? So don't forget that. Positive self-perception here with your love begins. So what can you do? What can you do with what you're capable of right now to recognize what's important for you? So do not neglect your own happiness or well-being. We become who we are meant to be through our inherent values. So I think this has a lot to do with the money value system, but let's see what the death in reverse. 6 of Wands. You need a triumph. You need a triumph. You may have died twice. You could have had some serious, issues in 2 years, or it could have been 4 years, or even 6. But I see this card as like you're not able to get a wind, basically. You need a triumph in something that has to do with something you're passionate about, or put some energy towards that. Let's see, 6 of Wands. So somebody's in a excessive pride or lack of recognition. So that could be the other person, and that's why there was a death. Okay? Yep. All right, let's pull one more card. This was a collective, interesting reading. I think this is about bonding, okay? I think the connection is going to be really helpful in terms of developing more of areas of where you may have been stalled in your personality, right? To create what if you feel lost, right? Sanctuary trauma is a big deal. People don't know about that stuff. Okay. You stay in that sanctuary trauma, basically it's post-traumatic stress disorder for so long, it becomes sanctuary trauma. So let's see. Yeah. You're not confused. You know the situation, whether it's with this person or another. You know what you need to do to get to your money. Let's see. Let's clarify your Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is how you're viewing your stability and your physical reality. So you need to have a new beginning in your money. Let's see. You need it. Okay, education. You could need to go back to school. This is a number 5. 5 is about a challenge, though. If you do decide to go back to school, this could be something that you need to do in terms of speaking. Maybe working on your communication skills. That's going to help you make money. And it will also help you. Let's clarify the love begins. Master education. Now, let me see. I'm going 5 miles an hour. I want to look up the Master Education card for you. So let's focus there. 5. The speakers, now this is a major arcana, so this is something that you should probably really take into account here with the speaker. You need to speak about something. I don't know what that is, but let's see. Okay, I think you're going to need to speak about, so this is about truth, providing learning experiences for teachers and students. So you need to create something like a pamphlet. Maybe you need to speak on daycares. Maybe you need to speak on involvement of educational projects. This is about honesty, training. You need to go more training, radio station, voice. You could have a good voice. You could maybe work in a school area. Maybe you need to use your voice in school or go back to school or for something that's in training. That's going to help you get your 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, though. I always look at the 10 of Cups like you have it. And if you don't have your 10 of Cups right now, this is going to be a time that's going to show up. But let's clarify. Material harvest. Yeah. So if you find some education, something in education is going to provide you attainment to material harvest on how you're going to speak, how you're going to relate, how you're going to communicate. And remember, communication is going to be all about this full moon in Leo, okay? This axis between Aquarius is community and individual. So being confident, the leader of your life. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I'll pull you one more card. So actually, this card I'm gonna do the unicorns, guys. Sorry. Hopefully this isn't too long. Oh my goodness. That's okay. You know what? We cut the shorts. This flew out. Talk about your feelings. Tell a friend. So maybe you should be talking on the phone, communicating, finding some ideas into what you're gonna do that's gonna help you gain material. Like, you know when you bounce ideas around with people, right? That can help you. Maybe writing could be a significant area. Learning something new to get out of teaching. That's where I'm at. No, I'm just kidding. I love schools, but if you do, you know, let's clarify. What else? Okay, love from your parents. Right now could be no matter what. Remember, your parents loved you. So you could be feeling like you're not in your loving center. You gotta believe in yourself. And then let's clarify with these. So something that you're going to express, arrangement card. There's confrontation, no confrontation. Looks like somebody had a third party here though. It was a relationship, but this is more of a career collective on what your foundation needs to look like. And it has something to do with your voice, but the High Priestess is in a reversal, so I think, see what the High Priestess is all about. Here, I'll read the, well, let's do this first. So love, so love's coming in for you. Reciprocity, there has to be equanimity. You need to breathe, you need to go to yoga and nature. That's gonna be really helpful right now. I know grass and people talk about, you know, grounding, especially during full moons. Believe, maintain your position, stand your ground. So I think here is talking about stay with what you had done. Don't bring the past to 2026, right? Somebody was selfish. Loss, grief, betray, abandon, setbacks, and challenges. That could be why you have so many two death cards and rebirth here. And animal messages for you. We'll pull one. Ooh, Panther. Reclaim your power. Yeah, this is talking about how are you reclaiming your power? Where are you reclaiming it from? Let's read. Okay, this could be also, you could be, your intuition could be right now kind of off. I don't think you're seeing clearly something, or your perception could be off. And we also have to, like, you know, your reality versus fantasy are merging together on the 26th with Neptune and Aries in your chart. So look at your Neptune. So what's the vision, you know, you want to create? Where do you want to see your reality? Or what do you want your reality to look like? Right? Putting in the energy and not just dreaming about it. So reclaiming your power. This is about facing your challenges. So speak as if you've never spoken before. This says time for being courageous to get a new identity. Remember, your identity is created in the stage of, okay, when you first connect, it's the modeling, right? 6 to 12 months. Your identity is about, hold on, let me pull it up. I had wrote that down. So let's see. Yeah, your identity is around 4 to 5. Okay. Let me see. Talk about this all day to Sunday. All right. Yeah. Your identity gets shaped around the 4 to 5 ages. Between there. What else can I say to you? Let's read the card, because we're gonna have to shut this down. Reclaiming. It's like me knitting a whole blanket. Okay. Your new identity may feel strange, so you need to take a new identity. You need to start over. You may be feeling like you can't start over with a new identity because of the situation that you're in due to materials and a new beginning and how you want to create finances. So it's all kind of coming together. You feel shaky to make a bold move. Okay, fear may be holding you back. The moment when there is no risk whatsoever will never come, so follow the urge of this Panther spirit here. Perhaps you're afraid that you can't trust your power. Remember, every part of you, no matter how dark it may seem, has a light quality. So Spirit trusts that you should look fear in the eye right now. Everything is going to work out for you. You just haven't seen the confirmation yet. That's why you could be feeling the sense of confusion with the 4 curved blade. You're not stable in your mind. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We did have Aries, Leo, Sag in this reading. There could be something about your parents or not getting enough attention. Or maybe you need to speak about something that's going to help you see some value, right? Self-worth has a lot to do with your money too. I think too, another person was toxic, all right? Yeah, expression. So you could be a younger person or youthful energy, basically, who needs to work on gaining a way to create some material harvest. 9. So that's going to be your fun. That's going to help you. So you could be receiving some money too from past achievements or foundations as well. All right. This was a tough read, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.